Welcome to another edition of Maker Monday, you guys. As you can see, we're in my kitchen again for another edition of Maker Monday. But we found this recipe online in honor of Queen Elizabeth's 94th birthday. They released the Royal Pastry Chef's chocolate cupcake recipe that they make for her birthday. So we decided we like cupcakes and that we needed to try them. So in my kitchen today, I have a special guest. I have Miss Heather. So Miss Heather's gonna help make our cupcakes too. So as you'll see, coming up is all the ingredients. I've already pre-measured everything. Now, what you may not know is that measurements are different in the United Kingdoms. So it's in grams and milliliters instead of cups and teaspoons. And I highly recommend having a scale, especially for the things measured in grams. It did make it a lot easier. Things measured in milliliters, luckily if you have a good measuring cup, it will have milliliters on one side, cups on the other. So as well as pints and ounces usually. So as long as you have a decent set of measuring cups, you should be okay with milliliters. So with that, we're gonna get started. To start with, you're going to preheat your oven, which I've already done, to 300 degrees is the closest you can get, or 150 degrees Celsius if you can convert it back and forth. And then we're gonna combine the flour, sugar, cocoa powder, and baking soda. Now in this recipe, they call it bicarbonate of soda, but if you Google it, it's baking soda.
Not soda water.
Not soda water. So with that, we're gonna move to our mixer and show you how to mix this up, okay? All right, so I need the flour, sugar. Oh, I didn't tell them about the sugar. All right, so this recipe also calls for caster sugar, which is different than granulated sugar. Not by much. You can special order it online if you want, but we looked up some tutorials on how to make granulated sugar into caster sugar. And basically you just put it in the blender and you pulse it a couple times, and it kind of comes out looking a little bit like the fluffy Splenda that you get in at the store. It just makes it a little bit thinner. It's not as granulated. And the cocoa powder. And cocoa powder. All right. We're gonna give this a little mix. Flour, sugar, cocoa powder, and the baking soda, which is, yeah, that one. All right. Baking soda. All right, I'm gonna put this back on. And we're gonna wash this and get this mixed together. All right, it says whisk the eggs in a separate jug with the vanilla essence, melted butter, oil, milk, and vinegar. Ooh. Okay. All right. So okay. All right. So next we're gonna whisk the eggs, the butter, the vanilla, the oil, the milk, and vinegar powder, which we did have to special order for this as well. And as you can see, Miss Heather cracked the eggs separately just to kind of make sure the eggs were good. They're also her farm fresh eggs.
My lovely chickens.
Yeah, that's the...
I know, but I wonder if I should start whisking it before I add this in so it doesn't clump together.
Maybe.
Okay. Oh, it's right here. Just kidding.
Yeah. Oh, and it's a teaspoon of vanilla. I did convert, because it was such a small measurement, the vanilla. So it is a teaspoon. It's actually a teaspoon and a little bit more So we're just gonna kind of do a bloop.
Teaspoon in a splash.
All right, so these are the wet ingredients for the batter.
It's different.
Yep, it's different.
Wow.
And I also made the mistake of smelling the vinegar powder. Yeah, it smells like salt and vinegar chips. So it will take your breath away. Be a little bit careful.
It's interesting. It's interesting to add this to cupcakes, in my opinion.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting too. Let's see. All right.
Okay, it's as good as we're gonna get it whisked up.
All right. Now we're gonna add that to our dry mix. All right, so we're gonna turn this back on. And we're gonna slowly add our wet to our dry. This isn't the best bowl for pouring, but it'll be all right. Oh, we forgot the milk. It's okay. And the milk. And the milk. Because right now we have brownie batter in here. That was my bad. That should have gone in with all the wet. Oh, that should have gone in with all the wet ingredients so that we didn't get this mess. But, you know, hey, sometimes...
Oh, Ron's home and I'm in his parking spot.
No, he parks behind his truck. Hey, hand me your whisk from over there. I have a whisk attachment for this. I just don't want to use it yet. I really don't want to use it.
No, you probably use it for the icing, but other than that.
Yeah, but we're not gonna make the icing today.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't need to sit.
All night and all day tomorrow.
Yeah.
But I can make the icing. I can make the icing at home tomorrow.
Okay.
Afternoon. That's what I can do.
I'll send all the things home with you then.
I can make it and I'll put it in piping bags too. So we can pipe it on there real fast. Or Ziploc, highly technical Ziploc bags to corn out of them. But that's what we put.
There we go.
That's much better.
Now let's put this back on. All right. Look at this. This is yummy. So, in case you can't, go around that side and see if you can see it. This is what it looks like. It should be really smooth. And now we're going to add in our white chocolate chips. So I'm going to toss them in on top, and I'm going to turn this back on low real quick and let them get mixed in good. All right. And now we're gonna spread them into our already lined cupcake pan and put them in the oven. So you're gonna do like you would for a normal cupcake, you know, just fill it about, what, 2/3?
2/3, yeah, what I'd say.
I'm just gonna use a tablespoon. If you have if you have like a cookie scooper, that would be even better, but I don't, so. Hello.
Some ice cream scoop, that works pretty good.
Yeah, that would work too.
Some more in the drawer.
This is good. I got all over the side.
That's all right.
Now this recipe is gonna make, I think it said 15 cupcakes. Maybe more.
Serves approximately 15.
This batter is so fluffy.
It looks so good.
So we actually have 24 cupcakes plus a few more out of this recipe. If you have jumbo cupcake pans, maybe that's where they're getting their number. They're doing the big cupcakes. But we're gonna put these in and we're gonna set a timer and you guys will see what they look like afterwards. All right, you guys, so I just took my cupcakes out. It took 17 minutes for them to look like this. So they're not super puffy, but they do look yummy. All right.
Okay.
All right, you guys, so our cupcakes are out of the oven. And
our new special guest,
Susie. And we're gonna taste it without icing, and then you guys will see the icing too. So we just I'm gonna take the one that's falling apart. Sorry.
my
It's
scooping
okay.
skills are lacking.
All right.
All right. Cheers. Cheers.
Okay. Bye. Careful, mine's gonna fall apart.
Mmm. Mmm.
Oh, they're so crumbly.
Oh, God, that's great.
They're good.
Oh, yeah.
You're on camera, Susie.
Right.
So hopefully they'll set up a little bit. They're kind of gooey right now because they're still warm. We're gonna let them sit, and we will ice them and try them once they're completely cooled.
They don't need icing. At all.
Everybody smile with your brownies in your teeth. Glorious.
We made these from scratch.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, so our ingredients for this icing is 90 grams of high percentage dark chocolate. I think ours is 61% is what we could find in the store. Then you need 125 grams of icing sugar or powdered sugar. And you'll need 100 grams of softened butter. So what we're going to do for this part is we are going to use a double boiler to melt this chocolate down first. And we'll let that start melting. The next thing we are going to do is it tells us to cream the sugar and butter together. So we are going to go ahead and dump the sugar right in. Set this aside and grab our hand mixer. This is the consistency you're going for. Let's check on the chocolate and we'll come right back for our next step. Alright, this is the consistency we are looking for our melted chocolate. So next we will go ahead and combine it to our butter and sugar mixture. Okay, now we're going to start combining this really quickly. And if you use a double boiler, this bowl is very hot, so be careful. The chocolate in here is also very hot. So we're just going to put it right in on top of our butter and sugar, or actually our frosting base. And we will use our mixer to combine it all together. And I will show you the end. Well, this is what we've got. Never seen frosting come out this way, but we followed the directions exactly So we will put them on the cupcakes and see how it turns out.
Welcome.
To our tea party.
Welcome to our tea party. Here we're going to try the Queen's cupcakes for her birthday in celebration. Yes. Fine tea. Let's dig in.
There you are.
Thank you.
There you are. You may want to set down your tea. You did. Scooter. Trip. Just a little.
Girls, this looks incredible.
Does.
Cheers.
Yay. Boop. Boop. Yeah, I made the boop noise.
Have mercy. Woo. Or what do they say in England?
Spot on.
I'm not going to attempt. I'll sound like Liza Doolittle. If you don't know who that is, read a book.
Top notch.
Well, we hope that you guys try out this recipe for yourselves. It's not super hard. It is very tasty.
Very good.
And we're going to enjoy the rest of our tea.
Yes.
Bye, guys.
Bye.